if thou hast a heart of Greek in thee, thou wilt revenge thine own particular wrongs and stop those mains of shame seen through thy country. Speed thee straight and make my misery serve thy turn. So use it that my revengeful services may prove as benefits to thee. For I will fight against my cankered country with the spleen of all the underlings. What is of me thou darest not this? And to prove more fortunes thou tired. And in return also and longer to live most willing, is my throat to thee. And to thy ancient malice which not to cut, wish thee but a fool. Since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tongues of blood from thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame, unless it be to do thee service.
Each word thou hast spoken hath weeded from my heart the root of ancient envy. Let me twine my arms about that body. Here I clip the anvil of my sword, and do contest as hotly and as nobly with thy love as ever in ambitious strength I did contend against thy valor. Thou Mars, I tell thee, be of power on foot. And I had purpose once to hew thy target from my brawn, or loose mine arm for it. Thou hast beat me out 12 several times. And I have nightly since dreamt of encounters twixt thyself and me. We have been down together in my sleep, unbuckling helms, fisting each other's throat, and waked half dead with nothing. Worthy Marcius, had we no other quarrel else to Rome, but thou art then banished, we would muster all from 12 to 70, and powering o'er to the ungrateful bowels of Rome like a bold flood o'erbeat. But come in, take the friendly senators by the hands who now are here, taking their leaves of me, who have prepared against your territories, though not for Rome itself.
You bless me, gods.
Therefore, most absolute sir, if thou wilt have the leading of thine own revenges, take the one half of my commission, and set down as best thou art experienced, since thou knowest thy country's strengths and weakness, of thine own ways, and whether to knock against the gates of Rome, or rudely visit them in parts remote, to fright them and destroy. But come in. Let me be the first to commend thee to those that shall say yea to thy desires, 1,000 welcomes, and more a friend than e'er an enemy. Yet, Marcius, that was much. Your hand. Most welcome.
Well, this is a strange alteration. By my hand, I ought to have stroken him with the cudgel, and yet none might engage me. His clothes made a false report again.
What an arm he has. Twirled me about with his finger and his thumb, as if to set at the top.
Nay, I knew by his face there was something in him. He had an unfinished taste, methought. I cannot tell how to tell it.
He had so, looking as it were, what I were hanged, had so much more in him than I think.
So did I of this morn. He is simply the rarest man in the world.
Oh, slaves, I can tell you. News, you rascals.
What?
I would not be a Roman of all nations. I had his lip be a condemned man.
What for?
Why, he is he that was wont to thwack our general, Caius Marcius.
Why do you say thwack our general?
I do not say thwack our general. He was always good enough for it.
What more of your news?
Why, he is so made on here within as if he were son and heir to Mars. He'll go, he says, and pull out his thrown gates by the ears. He will low all down before him and leave his passage clear.
And he's as like to it as any man I can imagine.
But when goes this forward?
Tomorrow, today, presently, you shall have the drum struck up this afternoon.
Why then we shall have a stirring off again. This peace is nothing but to rust iron, increase sailors, and breed ballad makers.
Let us have war, say I. It is sprightly walking, honorable, full of vent. Peace is the very apoplexy, lethargy, deaf, sleep, insensible, a maker of many more bastard children than war a destroyer of men.
'Tis true, and as war in some sort may be said to be a ravisher, so it cannot be denied. But peace is a great maker of cuckolds.
And it makes men hate one another.
Reason because they less need one another. The war's for my money.
In.
The young Coriolanus is not much missed, but with his friends. The Commonwealth doth stand, and so would do, were he more angry at it. Well, where is he, Elliot?
Nay, I hear nothing. His mother, his wife hear nothing from him.
The gods preserve you both.
Well, good in our neighbors.
Oh, good to you all, good to you all.
Ourselves, our wives, and our children on our knees pray for you both to live and thrive.
Farewell, kind neighbors. We wish Coriolanus had loved you as we did.
Now the gods keep you.
Farewell.
This is a happier and more comely time than when these fellows ran about the streets crying in confusion.
Caius Marcius was a worthy officer in the war, but insolent, overcome with pride, ambitious, past all thinking self-money.
And affecting one sole throne without assistance.
I think not so.
We should by this to all our lamentation if he had gone forth from us. Found, they say.
The gods have well preserved it, and Rome sits safe and still, without him. Hornet tribunes! There is a slave whom we have put in prison. Reports the Volsces with 2 several powers are entered in the Roman territories, and with the deepest malice of the war destroy what lies before them.
'Tis Ophidius, who hearing of our Marcius' banishment, thrust forth his horns again into the world.
Go see this rumor erased. It cannot be. The Volsces dare break with us.
It cannot be. We have record that very well it can, and 3 examples of the like have been within my age.
Cannot be, I know this cannot be.
Not possible. The nobles in great earnestness are going all to the Senate House. Some news is coming that turns their countenance.
Tis this slave. Go with him before the people's eyes. His praise nothing but his report.
Yes, worthy sir, the slave's report is seconded. More and more fearful is delivered.
What more fear?
It is spoke freely out of many mouths. How probable I do not know. Marcius joined without Phineas, leads a power again strong, and vows revenge as spacious as between the youngest and oldest thing.
This is most likely.
Praise only that the weaker sword may wish to admonish his home
The
again.
very truth.
This is unlikely. You know Ophidius can no more atone than violence is contrariety.
You are sent forth to the Roman Senate. A fearful army led by Caius Marcius, associated with Ophidius, rages upon our territories, and have already all gone their way, consumed with fire, and took what lay before them.
Oh, you have made good work.
What news? What news?
You have hoped to ravish your own daughters and to melt the city leads upon your hate, to see your wives so dishonored to your noses.
What's the news? What's
Your
the news?
temples burn.
Pray the news. You've made fair work, I fear me. Pray your news that Marcius should be joined with the Volscians.
If he is their god, he leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature that shapes man better. And they follow him against us brats with no less confidence than boys pursuing summer butterflies or butchers killing flies.
Oh, you have made good work, you and your apron men. You who stood so much on the voice of occupation and the breath of garlic he
He'll shake your Rome about your
As
ears.
Hercules can shake down mellow fruit, you have made fair work.
But is this true, sir?
Yes, aye. And you'll look pale before you find it other. All the regions do smilingly revolt, and who resists are mocked for valiant ignorance and perish constant fools. And who is complaining? Your enemies and his find something in him.
We are all undone unless noble man have mercy.
But who shall ask it? The tribunes cannot do it for shame. And the people deserve such pity of him as the wolf does of the shepherd. For his best friends, if they should say he goes wrong, they charged him, even as those should that deserved his hate, and therein showed like enemies.
'Tis true. You are putting to my house the brand that you consume, and I have not the face to say, beseech you, cease. Oh, you have made fair hands, you and your crafts. You have crafted fair.
You have brought a trembling upon Rome, such as never was secreted in hell.
How much we loved him, but like beasts and cowardly nobles gave way unto your clusters, who did hoot him out of the city.
Oh, but I fear they'll walk him in again. Tullus Ovidius, the second name in men, obeys his points as if he were his officer. Desperation is all the policy, strength, and defense that Rome can make against them.
Here come the clusters. Is Ovidius with him? You are they that made the air unwholesome when you cast your stinking, greasy caps and booty at Coriolanus' exile. Now he's coming back, and not a hair on a soldier's head will not a whip. As many coxcombs as you threw caps up will he tumble down and pay you for your voices. Just know that. If he should burn us all into one coal, we have deserved it.
Faith, we hear fearful news. For mine own part, when we said banish him, I said 'twas pity.
Oh, so did I.
And so did I. And say the truth, so did very many of us. What we did for the best. And though we willingly consented to his banishment, yet it was against our will.
Your goodly things, you voices.
You have made good work, you and your cry. Shall to the capital?
Oh, aye, what else?
Masters, go if you won't be not dismayed. These are side which would be glad to have this true, which they so seem to fear. Get you home, show no sign of fear.
The gods be good to us. Come, masters, let's home. I ever said we were in the wrong when we banished him.
So did we all. Come, let's go.
I do not like this news.
Nor I.
Let's to the capital. Would half my wealth would buy this for a lie.
Okay, let's go.
Do they still fly to the Roman?
I do not know what witchcraft's in him, but your soldiers use him as grace for meat. Their talk at table, their thanks at end, and you are darkened in his actions, sir, even by your own.
I cannot help it now, unless by using means I lay in the foot of our design. He bears himself more proudly even to my person than thought he did when I first did embrace him. It is nature and has no chain. I must excuse what cannot be amended.
Yet I wish, sir, if we are particular, that you could not join in commission with him, but either borne the action of yourself, or else to him left it solely.
I understand thee well. Be thou sure that when he comes to his account, he knows not what I have urged against him. He hath left undone that it shall break his neck, or has in mind, whene'er we come to our account.
Sir, I beseech you, think you he'll carry Rome?
All places yield to him ere he sits down. The nobility of Rome are his. The senators and patricians love him too. The tribunes are no soldiers, and the people will be as rash in this repeal as hasty to expel him thence. I think he'll be to Rome as the osprey is to the fish who takes by sovereignty of nature. First he was a noble servant to them, but he could not hold his honors even. Whether it was pride, which out of daily fortune never taints the happy man, whether defect of judgment to fail in the disposing of those chances which he was lord of, or whether nature, not to be other than one thing, not moving from the cast of the cushion, but commanding peace, even with the same austerity and garb as he commanded the war. But one of these things made him so hated, feared, and banished. Our virtues lie in the interpretation of the time. One fire drives out one fire. One nail, one nail. Rights by rights falter. Strengths by strengths do fail. Come, let's away.
When, Caius, Rome is thine,
Thou art poorest of all, then shortly thou art mine.
No, I'll not go. You hear what he has said, which was sometime his general, and much and most dear particular. Go you that banished him. Fall down and knee the wailer to his mercy. Nay, if he coy to your good committee to speak, I'll keep it home.
He would not seem to know me.
Do you hear?
Yet one time he did call me by my name. I urged our old acquaintance in the draughts we had fled together. Coriolanus he would not answer to, forbade all names, he was a kind of nothing, titleless, till he forged himself a name of the fire of burning Rome.
Why, so you have made good work.
I minded him how royal 'twas to pardon when it was less expected. He replied it was nothing more but than a bare petition of a state to one whom they had punished.
Very well, will he say less?
I offered to awaken his regard for his private friends. His answer to me was he could not stay to pick them from a pile of noisome, musty chaff. He said 'twas folly for one poor grain or two to leave unburnt and still to nose the offense.
For one poor grain or two. I one of those. His mother, wife, his child, and this brave fellow too. We are the grains. You are the musty chaff, you are smells upon the moon. We must be burned from
nay, pray be patient. If you do refuse your aid in this so never needed help, yet do not upbraid our distress. Surely, if you would be your country's good, your good tongue, more than the instant army we can make might stop our country.
No, I'll not meddle.
Pray not.
What should I do?
Only try what your love can do for Rome.
Well, it's marches. Say I return as Cominius is returned. Unheard. What then but as a discontented friend, grief shocked with his unkindness? Say it be so.
Yet your goodwill must have that thanks from Rome, after the measure as you intended well.
I'll undertake. I think he'll hear me. It did bite his lip and hum that good Cominius much on heart's sleep.
You know the very road into his kindness and cannot lose your way.
Faith, I'll prove him speed how it will. I shall ere long have knowledge of my success.
He'll never hear it. No, I tell you, he does sit in gold. His eye red as 'twould burn Rome. I knew before him. 'Twas very faintly he did say, rise, dismissed me thus with his speechless hand. What he would do, he sent in writing after me. What he would not, bound by an oath to yield to his conditions, so that all hope is lost. Unless his noble mother and his wife, who, as I hear, mean to solicit him for mercy to his country. Therefore, let's hence, and with our fair entreaties, haste them on.
Stay! Whence are you? Stand and go back.
You guard like men, 'tis well. But I beseech you, I am an officer of the state, come to speak with Coriolanus.
From whence?
From Rome.
You may not pass. You must return. Our general will no more hear from thence.
Good, my friends. You have heard your general talk of Rome and of his friends there. My name hath touched your ears. It is Menenia.
Be it so, go back. The virtue of your name is not here passing.
I tell thee, fellow, thy general is my lover. I have been the book of his good acts, whence men have read his fame unparalleled, happily amplified. Forever have I verified my friends, of whom he's chief, with all the sighs and verity with without lapsing suffer. Therefore, fellow, I must have leave to pass.
Fake! You have told as many lies as perhaps as you have uttered words of your own. You should not pass here. Therefore, go back.
Fellow, remember, my name is Menenia, always factionary on the party of your general.
Howsoever you have been his liar, as you say you have, I am one that telling true under him
must say you cannot pass. Therefore, go back. You are a Roman, are you?
I am, as my general is.
Then you should hate Rome as he does. Can you? When you have pushed out your gates, the very defenders of him, and in a violent popular ignorance, given your enemy your shield, think to front his revenges with the ease and groans of old women, the virginal palms of your daughters, or with the palsied intercession of such a decayed dotant as you seem to be? Can you think to blow out the intended fire your city is ready to flame in, with such weak breath as this? No, you are deceived. Therefore back to Rome, and prepare for your execution. You are condemned. Our general has sworn you out of reprieve and pardon.
My captain knew I
Oh, my captain knows you not. My general cares not for you. Therefore go back, I say, lest I let forth your half pint of blood.
Now, you companion, you shall know that I am in estimation. You shall perceive that a jack guardian cannot offer me from my son, Coriolanus. Glorious gods love thee no worse than my old Anneken does. Oh, my son, how I'm preparing fire for us. Look, me, he's water to quench it. I was hardly moved to come to thee, but being assured that none but myself could move thee, I have been blown out of thy gates with sighs, and come to thee to pardon Rome and thy petitionary countrymen. The good gods assuage thy wrath, and turn it upon this varlet here, this that like a block hath denied mine access to thee.
Away.
How? Away.
Wife, mother, child, I know not. My affairs are servant to others. Though I owe my revenge properly, my remission lies in Volscian breasts. That we have been familiar, in great forgetfulness shall poison rather than pity. Note how much. Therefore be gone. Mine ears against your suit are stronger than your gates against my horse. Another word I will not hear thee speak. This one of Phidias was my beloved in Rome. Yet thou beholdest.
You keep a constant temper.
Now, aged one, is your name Anneken? 'Tis a spell you see of much power. You know the way home you in. Do you hear how we are sent for keeping your greatness back?
I care neither for the world, nor your general, nor things such as you. I can scarce think there's any are so slight. She that hath the will to die by herself fears it not for another. Let your general do his worst! For you, be that you are long, and may your misery increase with your age. I say to you as I was said to, away!
We will before the walls of Rome tomorrow send down our hosts. My partner in this action, he must report to the Volscian lords how plainly I have borne his business.
Only therein you have respected. Stopped your ears against the general suit of Rome, never admitted a whisper, no. Not with such friends that thought them sure of you.
This last old one, whom with a cracked heart I have sent back to Rome, loved me beyond the measure of a mother. Nay, guarded me indeed. Fresh embassies and suits nor from the state, nor private friends hereafter will I lend ear to.